Hello, my name is Omar Kashad. I'm one of the adult services librarians here at the Carroll Stream Public Library, and one of my focuses is on business and career services. So in today's session, we are going to learn how to navigate to some of our business journals that are available for small businesses, medium businesses, even larger businesses. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my camera here so that we can see more of the screen, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is our library's website, cslibrary.org. If you are a business listening to this and watching this, and you have your business resides in Carroll Stream, you are eligible for a library business account with the library. And what that means is that you can get a library card from our library that will allow you to access all of our print resources as well as our electronic resources through our website. And those electronic resources are available anywhere with an internet connection. There are some exceptions to this, but not really any that pertain to our business resources. Now, if you already live in Carroll Stream and you're like a sole proprietor, then you don't necessarily need to get a business account on top of your own personal library card. But if you have a business with multiple people who work for you, you may want to consider getting a business account with us because then you can also have signatories on the account who can check out books through us as well as. But as far as the electronic resources go, if you share the library card, that's you can. We don't keep track of that sort of thing. So in order to get our business resources, specifically some of our journal databases, we're going to scroll down here to the bottom of the page. Again, this is cslibrary.org, or you can type in Carroll Stream Library into any web browser and you should be able to find us. So we're going to scroll down to the bottom here, and we've got a bunch of little blocks here, but one of them in particular is this one that says businesses. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. This business's resource, this is our landing page for it. As you can see, we do have it broken up into different topics that are here. Starting a business, competitive intelligence, professional development, legal resources, and all resources A to Z. That lists not just our business databases, but a lot of our other resources as well. For example, how to learn a new language. We have access to like ebooks, e-audiobooks, e-magazines, stuff like that. That's maybe not all listed here under e-resources, all resources, but I'm just saying there's more here under all resources than there are just our business databases. Now, one thing we can do is, of course, you can always click this to access the resources I'm about to show you, but we're going to go ahead and click starting a business, which is right here. Talks a little bit about our business resources. Now, the two in particular that we want to look at, they look virtually identical. We have Business Source Premier or Business Source Complete. It's the same product. Or we've also got the Small Business Reference Center, which is down here. So what we can do is we can click either one of these. They have slightly different resources, but for today's demonstration, I'm just going to choose the Small Business Reference Center. So when I click on this, if I'm at home, after I clicked that link, it would then prompt me to put in my library card number and my PIN number. Your library card number you'll put in as one long number. As far as your PIN, there's a couple possibilities for it. You set the PIN when you first got the card, but if you don't recall what the PIN is, it's usually a 4-digit number, but not always. But if you recall what you set the PIN to when you first created the account, then you can log in. If you've forgotten the PIN, just contact us. We can certainly see about resetting your PIN so you can access any of our databases remotely. Now, in this case, it's Small Business Source, which is part of a larger product called Explora by EBSCO. This is a landing page for it. I mean, we do have some ebooks that are here. We've got some, explore various topics, which probably the most powerful tool is the search bar up here. So let's say, for example, we're interested in articles on administrative professionals. I misspelled administrative. So we can put that in, and you can see we've got popular searches here. We've also will sometimes list some publications. But if I click enter, then I'm given to a list of online journal articles, which are here. For example, here's one: nominations open for Administrative Professionals of the Year. That's the title of the article. There's a little bit of an abstract here. It says, what are the subject professional employees? Were you to click on that, I'm going to open that in a new tab. You will find other resources using that same keyword. So that's a good way of finding keywords in case one of these keywords. Now there's more keywords for this particular article, talking about internship programs, so on and so forth. But you can click those, and then you can get access to other articles along similar lines. This says what was it published in: the San Diego Business Journal in this particular instance, database, Small Business Source. And there are others, and you can also click this. So if you click the article and who the author is, you click the author's name, you'd find other articles by this author. You can click view details, or you could also just click the header here, and then it'll give you to list more information about this journal. At this point, if you click the San Diego Business Journal, you'll be taken to their listing of all of their articles. So here's the San Diego Business Journal. You can also search within this particular publication through this search bar right here. Now this top one is just searching for other publications in the small business source. But you can see we've got articles from the San Diego Business Journal going back to 2013, but some of them even go up to 2024, depending on what they are. And sometimes they go back a number of years, in this case back to 2009. I'm not sure clicking, and if we click show more, we see we're going back to 1996, which we would know because under this list of bibliographic information, it does say how far back the records go for this particular journal, in this case, June 17th, 1996 to the present. And then you can click these little pluses to then look at the various articles that are here. Clicking one of these, and then you'll just be taken to all the articles in that particular issue. But going back to the original listing, though, if you're looking at this, sometimes you see a couple different options. One is Access Now PDF. If you were to click on that, then you're going to see like a full scan of what the article looked like in the actual journal. That's one of the better things. If they have a full text PDF or a full image PDF, then you can see the images and stuff. In all likelihood, what you're going to see is, in most cases, you're probably going to see something. If I can find an example here, so like for example, let's say administrative professionals have much to celebrate. Sometimes you might have a choice between a PDF and the online full text. Just to show you an example, what the difference is between the two. So again, the PDF will be like a full scan of the article, and sometimes there'll be other articles in here as well. But the full text option is going to be not have any graphics associated with it. So if I click online full text, you can see that it's, in this case, it's just the text of the article. Sometimes it looks like this, sometimes it's just a website with text in the background. But as you can see, here is the actual here's the actual words out of the article. Looked a little bit nicer than that scan, but again, we don't have any images that may have gone with it. But again, those are the two things you can do to view actual articles. Again, you'll see either Access Now with PDF or else full text. Now, what you can also do though is you can also go here on the left, and you can click where it says Publications. And when you click Publications, what you can do is you can browse publications. You can break down even further by letter. For example, I believe I want to say let's click the C's and see what happens. And then we can go down to, let's say, for example, CR. And these are some interesting journal articles, which I've never heard of before. I believe these are different books and things. But this is an example of what's there. But again, we can also just click C, and we can click all as well. And all would allow us to look through all of the books and all of the articles that are here. But again, there's a lot here. There's a ton of data images here. You can also browse different databases or browse subjects. But let's say we're looking for a particular journal that we know of the name of, in which case I'm going to go again with the administrative professionals track. I'm going to try to get an administrative professional because I know there's a journal in here called Administrative Professionals Today. And when I click on that, again, we've got a couple different results here. One's an ebook, but one is also the journal itself. This is what I'm looking for. I see it's available through the small business source, again, 2009 to the present. So what I can do is if I click this, then I'm taken again to the journal article. And again, this is just some technical issue. This is just some technical details about it. But if I click where it says full text access small business source, then I am taken to the actual, again, the actual articles and the actual publication itself. Again, you can actually search within this publication if you want to. The reason why this checkmark box is here is you may be, I'm not entirely sure, but I would guess sometimes if depending on your searching, you might find more than one journal. But regardless, there's Administrative Professionals Today. You can search within this publication if you want to. Again, here's more information here. In this case, we've only got full text articles from 2009 to the present, but it's also being published until 2024. So here's the 2024. In fact, here is the August issue, which is this month's issue already of Administrative Professionals Today. And then there's just some articles here. Is having a work ethic still important? You bet it is. An executive assistant's guide to summer heat safety awareness, tech help decks, desks, spreadsheet data your way. There's just so many articles here, in which case, even though it said full text, we can see though that there are some PDFs associated with this. I'm curious if we click on this, the spreadsheets your way. This is helpful because in fact, here are some images that would not have been in the full text version of the article. And this is very helpful, if you're an administrative professional, but again, there are plenty of other options as well to other journals. But again, you can search again for different things. To go back to where we were, it's better just to hit the back button and then go back here. And again, 2024, you go back to the July issue if you wanted to, and see what else is here. Overcoming the guilt of minor mistakes could be helpful for all of us. But anyway, but yeah, so a lot of good stuff here, and yeah, so a lot of good stuff here, especially if you're an administrative professional. Going back to our website briefly for a little bit, so that was the Small Business Reference Center. As you can see, Business Source Premier or Business Source Complete. Speaking of minor errors, I will change this. This will say Business Source Complete later on today. Later on, hopefully when you view this. But if I click this article, this resource looks very similar to Business Source, the Small Business Reference Center. Again, you can look up more articles. Sometimes they have journals in here that aren't always in Small Business Reference Center. So that's why it may be helpful to search across both. But here's one: AI and the Administrative Professional, Harness the Future of Productivity. This is from a journal called Office Pro. It was done in October 2023. But it goes back. You've got different ways of sorting this. This is sorted by relevance, but if we've ever used an internet search before, we know how to search date newest, date oldest. These three dots. I'm not too familiar with alerts, but you could create an account through this My EBSCO link and save journal articles if you wanted to. The other thing within these PDFs, though, is it's possible to maybe really like this article, you can download it. Here's a download link right here. I believe this looks slightly different in Small Business Reference Center, but regardless, you will see this. You can also look at all these tools up here. There's even like a listen option, which is, I believe, just text to speech. But then other options here as well. You can print it if you wanted to, but again, there's just a lot of good articles that are here. But anyway, going back to that. So yeah, so again, that's just, and you can also do a publication search if you want to as well. Although honestly speaking, the good news is that in some cases, if you weren't in the right database, you can, like for example, the Small Business Reference Center. These are both powered by what's called EBSCO, which is the company that owns both these products. They don't own this journal, but they own the product that has this journal available in it as an electronic resource. Again, you can, if I click Administrative Professionals today, again, I see very much the same resource. Again, this says Small Business Source. Because we have Small Business Source, you can then click on this, and we're going to go back to what we saw earlier. Small Business Source, in which case here it is, Administrative Professionals today inside of the Small Business Source. Now we see we're searching Small Business Source, but you could also click on that. What you're searching, you could click more of these checkmark boxes if you wanted to. Honestly, you probably wouldn't want to do this because you get a wide variety of resources. But again, yeah, that was just a quick way to, again, show some of our article searching there. Just to go back to the beginning, this is our library's website. And then we just want to scroll down to where it says businesses. And again, there are other databases, again, some of these other ones as well. But like I said, I'm mainly just doing starting a business was where the Small Business Source Complete and the Small Business Reference Center were. But you can search under competitive intelligence for other like resources, professional development, legal resources. Again, if I click all resources A to Z, here again is Business Source Complete. And then the Small Business Reference Center is all the way down here at the bottom, but there's other resources here as well. I hope that answered your question. Any questions you may have had about finding some of our journal articles, especially through this. Also, if you're a business, you could also search ABI Inform. ABI Inform has a lot of good journal articles in it as well. As you can also do a publication search if you wanted to. I'm uncertain if administrative professionals today is even in this one, which is why you want to search all of our journal, all of our resources, because this is a ProQuest product, not an EBSCO product. But if I search this, I'm probably going to get no results, which again is great that we offer such a wide variety of resources. Just because it's not in a journal is not in this article, in this resource, ABI informed through ProQuest doesn't mean it may not necessarily be available through one of our other resources like the Small Business Reference Center or Business Source Complete. But like I said, this again is just another. It's similar to what we saw earlier. Again, you could again for ABI Inform real quick. You could again type in administrative professionals, and again I misspelled administrative. Let's talk about minor mistakes. I should read that article from earlier. And here you've got, again, more articles. Again, you can search by relevance. There's all sorts of filtering topics here. I mean, if you've ever used a database or internet searching before, you're likely familiar with these. But yeah, so that was again some of our better resources. Again, Small Business Reference, ABI Inform, I just talked about briefly. But then we've also got the Business Source Complete, and then we've also again got the Small Business Reference Center. So again, thank you for watching this video. And again, if you have any questions or have any or can access one of these resources, feel free to reach out to me, Omar Kashad. I'm here at the Carol Stream Public Library. Either email us or call us, and maybe I could briefly walk you through how to use this resource. All right, well, I hope you found that informative. And with that, I will be ending this video. All right, bye everyone.